All right, let's dive into something that might just flip your whole perspective on personal growth. We're talking about what's called the dual architecture of spiritual maturity. So let's just get right to the heart of it, right? The big question we're wrestling with is, how does spiritual growth really work? I mean, is it just this straightforward path forward, or is there something else going on?
Okay, so one journey or two. Let's start with the idea that, most of us probably grew up with.
Yeah, the common wisdom, right? It's that spiritual growth is basically one single journey. It's all about accumulation. You're just adding more stuff, more knowledge, more discipline, more experiences. You just pile it on.
But what if that's only half the picture? The whole idea we're digging into today completely turns that on its head. In fact, the source we're drawing from puts it so simply. But it's actually two journeys. And this is where we see that huge shift in perspective. On one side, you've got the common idea, just one journey all about collecting things. But the deeper reality, it's actually two very different, parallel journeys happening all at once. So if there are two paths, what in the world are they? Let's define them. Okay, so path number one is formation. The easiest way to think about this is like building something. It's the additive process. It's all about bringing new things into your spiritual life. Virtues, knowledge, good habits. Maybe you start meditating every day or decide to volunteer. You're literally adding a new positive structure to your life. And then there's the second path, discernment. And honestly, it's the total opposite. This isn't about adding, it's about subtracting. It's the process of sifting through everything you've ever been taught and really asking, is this actually true for me? Think about it. Maybe you re-examine a belief you've held your whole life about forgiveness, and you realize, you know what? It's time to let that go. Let's look a little closer at formation, this building path. This is the one we're probably all pretty familiar with. It's that constructive, piece-by-piece process. But here's the kicker, and this comes straight from the source material. Spiritual maturity isn't just about adding more truth. I mean, think about it. If all we ever do is build and add, we might be building on a really shaky foundation, right? And that's exactly why this second path, the discernment, is so critical. It's not about building up. It's about carving away. It's like a sculptor who sees a statue inside a block of marble and has to chip away everything that isn't the masterpiece. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Sometimes it's about removing what never belonged there in the first place. Wow. I mean, sometimes the most profound spiritual move you can make is just to let something go. This could be anything, right? Cultural baggage you've been carrying, unhealthy ideas about success, or what makes you worthy, all that stuff. So we've got formation, the builder, and we've got discernment, the sifter. They might sound like they're at odds with each other, but they're not. They're both absolutely essential. Let's talk about why. Because here's the bottom line. Real, lasting transformation absolutely requires discernment. You've got to clear out the junk to make space for genuine growth. So a great way to picture this is like an engine. Formation, that's the fuel. It's what builds you up, adds truth, gives you strength, and moves you forward. But discernment, that's the filter. It's what purifies and keeps that engine running clean by getting rid of all the gunk, the errors, the baggage. To get anywhere meaningful, you absolutely 100% need both. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to chew on. On your own journey, right now, what needs forming and what needs sifting? What needs to be built up and what really needs to be cleared away? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me.